The Aramaic and Palestinian Targum, we're reading Deuteronomy chapter 22. Before we get into it, I mentioned in the last reading about the story of Joseph. His wife was called Aseneth, Aseneth, which was the daughter of Dinah. So I will read this next once I finish this book. It's a lovely story. It's actually written in the Zen Garcia edited edition of the Testaments of the Patriarchs and the Prophets. Chapter 22 of Deuteronomy. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his lamb going astray, and estrange thy knowledge from him. Thou shalt certainly restore them to him. But if knowledge of thy brothers is not thine, and if knowest him not, thou shalt bring it into thy house, and it shall be supported by thee till the time that thou hast sought out thy brother, and thou shalt restore it to him. So shalt thou do with his ass, with his garment, and with anything lost of thy brothers. If thou find it is not lawful for thee to hide it from him, thou shalt cry it, and restore it. I think there should be, thou shalt find him and restore it. Jerusalem text says, and so shalt thou do with his ass and with his robe. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass, nor his oxen thrown on the way. Thou shalt turn thy eyes from them. Thou shalt verily lift it up for him. Jerusalem text says, thou shalt forgive what may be in thy heart against him. Thou shalt deliver and lead it. Neither fringed robes nor tefillin, which are the ornaments of a man, shall be upon a woman. Neither shall a man shave himself so as to appear like a woman, for every one who doeth is an abomination before the Lord thy God. If thou find the nest of a clean bird before thee in the way, in a tree or upon the ground, in which there are young ones or eggs, and the mother sitteth upon the young ones or eggs, thou shalt be sure to send the mother away. But thou mayest take the young for thyself, that it may be well with thee in this world, and that thou mayest prolong thy days in the world to come. When thou buildest a new house, thou shalt make a surrounding fence to thy roof, that it may not be the occasion of blood guilt by the loss at thy house, by anyone through needlessly falling therefrom. Jerusalem text says, then thou shalt make a parapet to thy roof, that the guilt of innocent bloodshedding may not be set upon thy house. Thou shalt not sow your vineyard with seeds of different kinds, lest thou be changeable with burning the mixed seed that you have sown and the produce of the vine. You shall not plough with an ox and an ass, nor with any animal of two species bound together. You shall not clothe nor warm yourself with a garment combed or netted or interwoven with wool and linen mixed together. Nevertheless, on a robe of linen thread, you may be permitted to make fringes of woolen upon the four extremities of your vestments with which you dress in the day. Jerusalem text says, fringes of thread shall you make upon the four edges of your vestments with which you dress, commonly known as tzitzits today. If a man take a wife or virgin and go unto her, but afterwards dislike her, and bring upon her words of calumny in any evil report against her, and say, I took this woman and lay with her, but found not the witness for her, then the father and mother of the damsel may have license from the court of judgment to produce the linen with the witness of her virginity before the sages of the city at the door of the birth din. And the father of the damsel shall say to the sages, I wedded my daughter to this man to be his wife, but after lying with her he hath hated her, and behold, he hath thrown upon her occasional words, saying, I have not found the witness of my daughter's virginity, but these are my daughter's witnesses. And they shall spread the linen before the sages of the city. And the sages shall take that man, scourge him, and fine him 100 shekels of silver, and give to the father of the damsel, because he hath brought out an evil report against an upright virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, nor shall he have power to put her away all his days. But if that word be true, and the witness of virginity were not found with the damsel, then shall they bring her forth to the door of her father's house. And the man of that city shall stone her with stones that she die. For she had wrought dishonour in Israel, in bringing the ill fame of whoredom against her father's house, and so shall they put away the evildoer from Israel. Jerusalem text says, but if this word be true, and the damsel's witness are not found, they shall bring the damsel from the door of the father's house, and the people shall stone her. If a man be found lying with another's wife, both of them shall be put to death. The man who hath lain with the woman, and the woman, even if she be with child. They shall not wait till she is delivered, but in the same hour they shall put them to death by strangulation with the napkin, and cast away the evildoer from Israel. If a damsel, a virgin, be betrothed to a man, and another man find her in the city, and lie with her, and they bring forth both of them to the door of the birth din of that city, and stone them with stones that they die, the damsel because she did not cry out in the city, and the man because he lay with the neighbour's wife, and you shall put away the evildoer from among you. But if a man find a damsel in the wilderness, and do violence to her and lie with her, the man only shall die who lay with her, for the damsel is not guilty of death, but her husband may put her away from him by a bill of divorce. For as when a man lieth in wait for his neighbour and taketh his life, so is this matter. He found her upon the face of the field. The betrothed damsel cried out for help, but there was no one to deliver her. If a man find a damsel who is not betrothed, and seize and lie with her, and they be found, then the man who lay with her shall give to her father as a fine for her dishonour 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he humbled her, nor shall he have power to put her away by divorcement all his days. Wow. This is the word of Yahweh. This is the end of the chapter.